And we're back. Welcome back to the Shadowwood. I'm your host, Shadow Wolf, a non-existent shadow of a man who lives in the woods. Today we're going to the caves of Circe. It's cave-like, and you might want to bring a torch and everything. You know you're moving to a different level when it says ethereal travel, by the way. Just as an FYI. I've kind of cleared out most of this lobby anyway, but not quite all of it. Just enough to get a little bit by with a little help from my friends. A few punches back and forth. Wow, I can see what some people mean about this gameplay stuff. It's not just the design. I think because of the enormous amount of effort it took to make something like this, we sacrificed some other elements of gameplay. And one of those things is weapon variety. Oh dear. Actually, there's not as much enemy variety as you might think either. There's enemy diversity, however. What I mean is they're all different from each other, but there's only so many. I don't know why the caves of Circe involve you having to go into a temple, but alright. Getting to Darkmere Swamp was kind of weird also, so I'll take it. This might be a place you want to bring a torch. I mean, before you even get to the damn level, you might want to bring a torch, right? There's going to be a lot of quick saving sounds. Hope you enjoy. I don't enjoy getting my face busted in by this fighter's punch. Oh man, if only the PSI in my fist could punch someone's head off. Pounds per square inch of awesome. Alright. Bit axe in there. Close quarters combat, where there's a bunch of shit. That's probably a good call for the axe. I mean, really the hammer's better in every way, but I gotta be able to use the axe, you know? It's like that when I play as the mage also. Like his blue mana weapon's not as good as his green mana weapon, you're like, why am I using this? And then you're like, because I'm trying to conserve. Wait till it's really important. Now, the dragon skin bracers they give you more armor, but here's how they do it. For each piece of armor you have equipped, you get 1 armor out of this, or armor class out of this. This is how you get the max of 20, incidentally. In case you're wondering. Yeah, I'm thinking there's 4 pieces of armor, yeah. Yeah, so 4 pieces of armor out to 16. Use, you know, assuming you haven't been getting hit in the meantime, use the dragon skin bracers, and it goes all the way up to 20. Oh my god! It's a man house! Oh my god, that looks like a thing where I put my flame mask, but I clearly don't have that. Wait. Did you see that symbol on the wall? I didn't notice that, but that looked like where I would put the swamp key. What the fuck? I wonder if that meant something. Oh well, it is a mystery. Okay, well we got plenty of mana now. Don't be afraid. Don't be shy. It is your time to die. There we go. A potion for a potion, and a mana for a mana. I could barely hear myself think. Not as loud as that time in the Guardian of Steel, however. But it lets you know things are going on. And the sounds aren't really stacking, I guess. Why'd I just leave the whole place? I don't know, you tell me. What were they thinking? Oh yeah, that door doesn't open, but it's how you finish off the hub, by the way. So when you're ready to... Yeah, by the way, this hub is a boss. So are the following hubs. First hub got no boss, really. So, look out for that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Looking excitingly, longingly at the wood of the shadow. Wood, baby. If only the light could stay up a little longer. If only. I feel like the torch doesn't last nearly as long as the heretic one. I've been wrong before. You don't have to tell it so. Yeah, because Fighter's doing all this stuff first, this is where all the learning comes in. By now you should have noticed that you would have to go downstairs. Oh no, he's blind! Some might call me Four Eyes, but that guy really does have 4 eyes. 2 for each head. The original Duo Express. Express Lane. You know what's bullshit? This is a kind of a plague of modern gaming. I'm not just talking about microtransactions though, but stuff like seasons and waves. That needs to die. Limited time content. Baby. Although, how could you know it's limited time if it's being kept track of by the server? Which just begs a lot of questions. Your server still probably has it, or just allows it to happen. I mean, that kind of logic might be how someone hacks in custom content into your server or some shit. I don't know. Either way, it's bullshit. I know the whole season thing has to do with anything that has a remote amount of PvP must have a season, even if it has nothing to do with it. Multiple people? Better get in with your friends now before it's too late. You wouldn't want to miss out on a obligatory social event of people who don't socialize very often. Quite a conundrum and contradictory predictions. Gotta hit the dinosaur. It's... Me thinks that people's evidence of dragons has to do with dinosaurs. I mean, the Loch Ness is pretty much a plesiosaur, so maybe there's something to this theory. Except for the whole breathing fire nonsense. I don't know what that's about. Or just breathing anything. Breathing ice, breathing lightning. I guess breathing ice, okay, if you breathe water. Or if you just get smushed because you're a freaking idiot! Bump, I hit face. Bump, 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 bump. Tie my lace. Bump, 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 bump. Bump, 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 bump. I bring good news. The news is Hexen's fine. But who is a Hexen? Why is the protagonist not named Hexen? I don't know. I can tell you why a lot of first-person shooters had single-name titles. Because they were made to be less than 8 characters or less on purpose, that's why. Any more questions? That's probably why you thought they were all caps locked also. Because lowercase in DOS didn't really matter. Maybe it matters in your DOSBox X. I find it weird that DOSBox X is probably easier to use. But I think more accurately has more features. I don't know if it makes it easier to use. Because much of my configuration of DOSBox, it's in a text file. I mess around with that thing a lot. Oh, goodness. All the sound stopped. Don't be fooled. That's a very long drop! Oh, no. Now I gotta hear this again. Just let them all die. Yep. Some of them won't survive the environment. The environment fights back. Get a little squish on your head. I am squishing you with my hammer. Oh, he's stuck, too. Nice. Well, then he's a goner. Stun locked by the level geometry. Yeah, jumping kind of sucks here, considering how low the ceiling is at the top. And that's why I saved earlier. Or, you know, if you just run fast enough, you can get over anything. Just like I'm getting over it like a dude without not wearing a shirt with a hammer in a cauldron. Craziness. They'd never believe a freaking title like that one now, would they? Would we? Going the wood way? Well, there's a place called Vertigo. I'm sure you know about it. Many a Bono have sung about it. But what we know is that clearly the Spanish word for 4 is in fact 14. It's not. I just left that error in there. It's like, who goes from 1 to 3 to 14? It just forgets that there's a whole, like, other is like numbers you missed, man. And why would you stop at 14? Just go to whatever number you want. You've clearly broken the rules of math. This is a math. We have rules. And if we have more than one math, it is maths. But usually I just have a single math at any given time. And yet we don't call it arithmetic, so I guess your guess is as good as my guess. Alright. Goal will be, first get the cave key, and then use my swamp key. And press the switch within. The switch within! Haha. Oh wait, no, that's right, yeah. Excuse me, I thought there was 3 switches per area. No, it's 2 switches per area. But you need the keys for them. So we can open one of those areas with the swamp key. We'll have to come back later after getting the key from the wasteland. Because it applies here too. You might mix up the cave key with the wasteland key, and that's okay. Actually, no, you won't mix up the keys. You might mix up the doors, though. The difference is the wasteland has more of a, you know, a cow skull. That's how you know the difference. Boom, 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 boom. I'm inside the caves. Am I coming out? Yay, it's time for the earliest form of spelunky. Spelunkers, follow your engines. They call me Olmec. The silver monkeys and the purple parrots will have to fight over the dead man's hand. I'm glad you asked, because this game show is brought to you by Skechers. It's the S. I don't get free sponsorships. Actually, that does kind of annoy me. You know what's worse than an ad? Like a sponsorship. So it's like an ad that was uploaded by the video maker that you can't really necessarily skip. However, I just discourage that. Unless maybe you put it at the beginning or the end. If you put it somewhere in the middle, you're weird. It's like, surprise sponsorship in the middle of the movie. It's like, no. Like, movies don't do that. TV shows don't do that. Why do YouTube videos have to do that? You know what'd be better? Yeah, you know why that happens? It's because for some, like, I don't see many YouTubers getting a chance to, like, do an advertisement for something. You think they would, like, in order for these advertising companies to get so big, there has to be local or advertisers first. But I don't see the mom and pop advertiser companies too much now, do I? I guess they weren't advertising themselves very well. Ha ha ha. How'd I miss? It really does sound like a grenade, even though I'm throwing a freaking flask. You attempt to grab ye flask. You cannot grab ye flask. Thank you, Dungeon Man, for revealing your dungeon plan. Oh, well, okay. Something else to note. So, each area has a portal to go back to the hub, but also has a portal to the 2 other areas. When we're done with the entire puzzle of the 3 areas, we'll have access to both the final area of the hub and the secret area of the hub. Keep an eye out for what that is, because I'll just keep an eye out for it for you. Or, you know, just look at the map and be like, I wonder what changed. Is there a bit of red in there? I suppose there would be. Sure are a lot of corridors. The cavey corridors. I wonder if Thor was here? Like, Caves of Thor? Yeah, it's a little, well, least known kind of top-down ASCII game, or excuse me, ANSI game. You know about that ANSI, right? You can tell it's an ANSI because it's using that little face. That's how I know. Ask stupid questies, get stupid ANSIs. The Adventures of Ansi Drew. And she drew Ansi Land. And you too can do it when you draw Ansi Land with your Ansi fingers on your Ansible phones. Very, very Ansible. Alright. Single file. Everyone line up to my hammer. I mean my grenade. See, I kind of juked you there. It's a fake out. There's someone behind me. I wasn't sure how close he was, but yeah, they just teleported behind me because there's nothing personnel about it. Damn it. I'm supposed to teleport behind you, not anyone else. Let's have an edgelord off. What else can we talk about? I've actually been to a few caves. Yeah, that's a discussion. They're awesome? What can I say? I mean, as long as you have lights, I mean, then it's not awesome. Not being able to see all the awesomeness in the cave is quite a crime. But I've been to, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 cave, like, not just caves, I mean, like, actual, like, either, not quite reservations, but I guess monuments or parks that had caves or were just cave areas that you don't really call a park. You just, you know, buy a ticket and you're like, alright, enter the cave of madness. Really good stuff, though. Especially when you, like, there's like an underground river and it's like, ooh. Like, that shit's kind of, like, soothing, let me tell you. Maybe I should just go get up a background screensaver thing of a cave with an underground river in it, because that feels pretty good right now. What is your feeling about caves? Are you Batman? Do you have your own Bat Cave? Are you Surfing Man? Do you have your own Surfing to slither on? Are you Asp Man? Hiss, Asp Man. Hiss. There it is. The cave key! Finally! I was wondering when a natural-ass looking door was gonna show up and be like, hey, I'm a actual door made by artificial beings. I'm totally a cave key. That's right. Now to find the swamp door and solve the secret within. Some of these are actually just like extra areas, although there's been a couple which there really wasn't much of an extra area at all. And it's just kind of open door, press switch, you out of there. But yeah, when you open the swamp door, you'll not only have the place with a switch in it to solve the puzzle of 6, it will also get the portal to the swamp from there also. So now you know. Yep. Keep in mind where those green lines are, because that's where the locked doors are. And you might think green means go, but only if you have the key. And red is definitely not stop. You're going to just go somewhere else. Imagine if that's how traffic lights worked. You'd be like, ah! I've seen what those Marvel movies are doing lately, which is just like, we have multiple universes. And I'm like, are you really going to actually follow through with that? Or are we just going to say like 1 or 2 at a time? I don't know. A mega, super mega crossover where there's not nearly enough people in the world to represent, but okay. Do more with that concept, please. If you know how to get this helmet, let me know. I can't. I was going to look it up, but I only look up stuff I actually need, and the helmet's not one of those things. Man, now I have to do this again. I just realized there's a preview of this kind of cave stuff in the first level, Winnowing Hall, where I went to the cave to get a key. Yeah, strange that. Yeah, it doesn't matter how slowly you go in there. The moment you're in there, you're done. I don't see myself getting it after it's down anyway, so I may as well just ignore it. I don't know. There could be another way, though. Would you like to know what that way is? Okay, look how low it is, okay? I think there actually is a way to get in there. Now that I have, like, post-game knowledge. But, yes, there is a way to get in there. At least in this state, there is. There's a way to do it before crushing you, I don't know, but I just realized how I could get in there now. You need a particular item to do it, though. And a particular enemy. So, yeah. Those two things together. Tell us where the swamp door takes us. The swamp things. Or the man things. You tell us why there was 2 swampy creatures at the same, similar, equidistant time. Get on my shadow wood, boy. I always check out these other pearls anyway if I'm not going to use them that way. because this game has a habit of throwing combined manas behind portals. So I tend to look behind them a lot. It's not always a combined mana, but most of the time it seems to be. Assuming you can get behind there. If you can't, then it's just a tease. Tease your brain into thinking I can see. Might want to turn up your gamma for this game, if you can. It's not going to help much. Just, roll with it, man. Boom, bum, bum, bum. I was hoping for this screen to scroll. That's how much that I know. And then I warp in this direction. That's it for this video. When I see you next time, I'm gonna get wasted in the wasteland. It'll be a fun time. It'll be a wasteful time.